All right. Welcome back to Dankscore Traders Hub. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's been 2 weeks ever since we were here being in chats. I personally, I don't know about you guys, but I've been off for 2 weeks, and of course, those who follow us on community channel, I did inform you that I'll be off. So now this week we are back. I want to still issue out my apologies for all those weeks I've been away, but now we are back, ready to get started, to resume where we stopped at and get back into the charts on a daily basis and look into the markets and see whether we can make money together right on this channel, Dankscore Traders App. So without any further ado, I want to welcome, for those who have just joined us for the very first time, those who are just seeing this channel for the very first time, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It is the easiest way to support the channel, but also it makes our work easier when you do that, to encourage us to keep on coming around, doing the live streams just like we've always done. So go ahead and do that and hit the like button, the bell button for all notifications, so that you will not miss any single live stream, video, whatever that I will be posting, that I will always post on this channel. All right, so having said that, today is a Monday and it is the 24th of August. Let's see if we can make some money in this last week of August. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into prayer and get this thing started. Father, we bless your name. We love you. Thank you for the new week. Thank you for bringing us back here again on this very channel to look into the charts together and be able to trade and be able to make this money together. I give you praise. I give you all the honor, and the glory belongs to you. We give you all the glory for the profits that we're about to make today. We give you praise for the profits that we're about to make this week, oh God, because it is you that makes us profit, that makes and gives us power to create wealth. So we are here ready for that, because we know you are the God that manifests all these things that we desire in our lives. We give you praise. We love you. Thank you. In Jesus' name we've prayed and believed. Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get straight now. For those who are watching us for the first time, tuning in for the first time, we trade gold, we trade Boom 1000, we trade V75, which is Volatility 75, and also of course we trade other assets like Jump 10, and then of course BTC on Fridays. So if you believe that if you want an account that can trade all these at the same time, just head back into the description below. You'll see a link for the broker that I use, and you'll be able to get yourself an account and trade with us the same assets. Gold, let's go. All right, so let me remove that. So I'm not going to show you where we stopped at, because that's 2 weeks. That's a lot of time that we missed. But I want to remind you where we were last week. The other week, we were looking for a pullback back to this level, or this level, before we could get continuation. But I had also told you, if it continues to break out here, then we'll be looking for continuation of buys. And indeed, it broke this support, this resistance right here, and ended up continuing with a bullish momentum. So nevertheless, even if it didn't do this, we had this other option, this other alternative, this other this other move that we had already anticipated, that in case it breaks out there and closes above it, then we will be looking at continuation of the bulls to continue that move. So for now, all this has to be taken out. We need to take it out. Before I can take it out fully, let me delete this and then go to daily time frame. I want us to start from daily time frame. Alright, I hope my voice is clear. Those who are watching me right now, I hope the sound is clear, everything is clear, and you're getting me loud and clear. Alright, so now looking at the daily time frame, those who remember where we've been at, you remember this, you remember that support, and that's where we studied the bullish momentum. Those who remember, this was the change of character to the upside, of course, right here, and then that's when we even got to see, one may say this was a higher high, then a higher low here, then this was a break of structure right there according to daily time frame. So that's where the bullish momentum started from again, and then we went all the way up there, got our higher high, our all-time high according to gold, and dropped massively. We started to drop here, and this is also reflecting the weekly support level. So we've been on this, and now we see price failed to break it. Those who have been trading with us, you remember about this. I told you about this. The price failed to break the weekly support and the daily support, and that's where we anticipated the bullish momentum, those who were here. And you remember we even traded this trade right here. I told you for the swing traders, this was our entry. For the swing traders, that was our entry the moment it broke that level. The moment it broke out that level, that was our entry for the swing trade. Why? Because we had already seen this strong support on the weekly time frame, but also we had seen this move right here. This looks to be significant, but on the lower time frame it is significant right there, which gave us a better no, actually it was this which gave us a better look at the things, and then we were able to anticipate that the moment it comes here, we can actually even get a perfect entry right on that level, moving to the bull move or to the upside. So this was like the change of character from this very support. Why? Let me show you why this was a change of character, because this was a break of structure right about here, and then this gave us a lower low, gave us a lower high here, dropped here to give us a new lower low, failed to give us a new lower low, and then we got our change of character. So having seen this, a change of character or a market structure shift here, confirmed to us that we will be getting the swing or the buy move from this very support level. And that's when we saw this pullback to mitigate stop losses of those who had entered buys just around that level, and then later we got to see this huge move that took us to that same level. So what are we doing now? Let's talk about today. I thought I would not go back into all this, but man, I love to analyze, so I find myself normally going back into those to make these situations clear for anyone who is watching for the very first time. All right, so now we know we are in an uptrend according to weekly, daily. Now we are in an uptrend. If I can actually put my let me first remove and put my 10 MA, you will be seeing what the 10 MA is showing you. The price is above our 10 MA, which is a strong signal to understand that we are in the uptrend. All right, so next stop is on this level right there. That is a resistance level right here. You can see the price has been bounced off that level once actually. So it is a resistance level that actually price may find may find it hard to break it, or even break it and continue with this uptrend. Remember, we are looking at price coming all the way back to 5,000. Those who remember, I told you this, that the moment we leave this support, our next target will be to look at price coming back to the 5,000 zone, the 5,000 zone, just around there, 5,000 right there, just around there. Price will be coming to that level. So that is the next move, to get to that level. But can we get to that level before we see a pullback? Let's now talk about what we are going to be anticipating this week. Today is a Monday. Now let's talk about this week. So Friday we closed like that, and now we are seeing a new day. It closed with some rejection right there. Is it significant? Somehow, yeah, it is somehow significant. Now price broke that. Clearly you can see when it broke that, retested it, never went below it. That means we may not see price drop all the way back to such a level, such a fair value gap, to mitigate this fair value gap. We may never see price come back to this. That's what we wanted at first before price broke this level. Those who remember, before we broke off, before I went off for those 2 weeks, price was around here. It had not broken out, then it broke out and continued with the bullish momentum. But now I want to remind you that this was a big fair value gap that was left back. Now, can we anticipate price to get back here? This move started from here, and right now we are there. If we look back and look at this, price is exactly on a level where I would anticipate my pullback. Why? Since price started from here, this move started from here. This was like a high, then dropped here for a low, then went for that high. This could be my level to anticipate to start my fib retracement. And clearly you'll see that down below the 61.8 we have this fair value gap, meaning this fair value gap is lying between is lying around the zone of 71%, around there. That is where the zone is, 75 actually zone. So that means our anticipation is going to be like this. Price may continue like that. We will see on the lower time frame whether we will be anticipating continuation of bulls, or whether we will actually start to anticipate this pullback. But the pullback is likely coming all the way to this level, or to 50%. Why do I normally say that 50%? Because sometimes you can clearly see this is the level where price broke that level and reacted on it quite some days, almost a week, and then later got enough momentum to continue with the bulls. So price can easily come back to that level and fail to drop to mitigate this fair value gap. So whatever that is that we can do, whatever that we see in the market, we need to follow it. We have to be very careful on how we are going to deal with this. Yes, the pullback is evident. It cannot just continue in the straight line. It has to give us this pullback to look for a higher low. That is how market works. It has to look for a higher low. Right now it is looking for a higher high. After creating the higher high, it's gonna drop down to look for a higher low. Then we look for a new higher high. Probably it will be breaking this resistance here to go into the 5,000 zone, and that's where we'll be anticipating our next higher high. So having said all this, let's now drop to M15. Let's drop to M15. H4, sorry. Let's go to H4. We try to understand what is happening currently. According to H4, higher high, higher low, higher high. It's looking for a higher high, but you can clearly start to see the rejection now. You clearly see that momentum is reducing. even according to those bullish candles. You can see the rejection wicks, you can see the indecisions there, you can see all that. Shows you that anytime from now we will be getting something like this and then dropping all the way back to such a level. That's what we will need to see according to H4, something like that, that will eventually enable us to get in with this drop. But this distance right here is small. Price may continue like that probably this whole week, and then later we get to see that drop, or it fails to go and gives us this kind of a reversal signal to drop according to H4, and that's what will follow if we are to sell this asset. So that is enough. I don't want to go in details on H4. Let's now drop to H1 and look at it. Is H1 ready? I get it, it's almost getting ready, but remember, you want to be very careful. Look at what is happening here. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just gonna wait for H4 to deal with all this. I'm gonna wait for H4 to deal with all this. Once it gives me this higher low and then tries to break the previous high, it fails on H4, then I know I'll be looking at making this entry to sell this asset. This might be tomorrow, or depending on how the market goes, we will have to wait. This is gonna be a swing sell move, but remember, it's gonna be against that general trend. Remember, the general trend according to higher time frame right now is an uptrend. So us looking for this drop sell, it's gonna be against the general trend, but I might say we will be also in trend. Why? Because we'll be looking at trading the move that we'll be looking for a higher low. This move here, this drop sell, will be looking for a higher low according to a daily time frame. I hope you get that. This move, if we trade this sell move, we'll be looking at a move that makes or that gives us a higher low. Now let's now drop to M15 and see, do we have a business? Do we have any business with this asset? M15 has already started to sell. Just like I told you, we will be looking at selling this asset, but only and only if H4 confirms, because this is going to be a swing. I want us to swing it all the way to at least fib retracement of 50% and 61.8. That's where I'll be anticipating price to drop all the way back to when we start this sell. So for now, it's a no-go for me. It's a no-go. Price is likely to be slow. We are likely to see a slow market today, and probably it might move tomorrow once it tries to take out this high right about here. Yeah, but as of now, it is gonna be slow. For what I'm seeing, we are likely to see a slow day. Price drop here, then probably start to look for coming back here with probably a huge momentum, but it's likely to fail, and then we get to see this drop probably tomorrow. But for now, it's a no-go for me. Why? Because I'm waiting for a perfect entry for the sells. If it tries to go back here and fails to break this previous higher high on M15, I can as well get in with my sells. But of course, for scalpers, you have an opportunity to sell this. If it dares to break this and closes below it, you can sell it back to this zone. You can sell it back to this zone. Only for scalpers. This will be your target if it breaks this. Scalpers. If it drops, if it goes above here, and fails to break this previous higher high here, you can as well get another entry to sell it. Scalpers to drop here. This is on M5 and M15 entries. You'll be looking for your sell entries on M5 and M15 only for scalpers. These intraday traders, you may look for that sell also when it fails to break the previous higher high, and look at dropping with it to break this this resistance on M15 and then drop it all the way to the previous low, which is right about there. That will be your target, or look for a 1 to 2, whatever you want, however you trade, and look for that and move out of the market and call it a day. So that's how I'm gonna be looking at gold. Oh, Lucy is asking for we are looking at, have we looked at news yet? Let's look at news probably. I don't know if we have any news. I don't normally follow the map. Hey Jason, how are you? Thank you for joining in. Jason Oruko, thank you. Knowing it's good to know that everything is clear. Let's now look at the news. Let's look at the news. Do I have my news tab? All right, today's just a moment. Let me just all right, no news at all. We have Treasury SEC placement speaks at 9 p.m. today, so there are no news. So it's likely gonna be a slow day. So yeah, Lucy, I don't see any. It's likely to be a slow day. Just let me show you that. That's what is happening. I hope you can see that. You can see that. So that is what is happening as far as today is concerned, according to Forex Factory. It's at 9 p.m. That speech is going to be done around 9 p.m. which will, by that time, we will be out of the market. Of course, I will not be trading. So we have to be patient with the market. It's likely going to be that slow until tomorrow. Let me see actually tomorrow. Let me see tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow we are having some news around. Yeah, they have some, but also not that big. So maybe tomorrow the market may be gearing to, start to move tomorrow. Yeah, but for now, today it's gonna be a slow day. Then Wednesday, that's where things are going to kick in. Wednesday, that's when we have some big news. That's where things are gonna be moving. We have durable goods, we have GDP, we have a core price index, we have, that is CPI. So that's on Wednesday. Things are gonna move on Wednesday. So between now and Wednesday, we have to be ready. Because if news come in, they're going to be dropping. They're going to be following price action. It's gonna be following price action. So if we are looking for this drop sell, this swing drop sell by Wednesday, be assured that price will be looking at this massive drop sell. Now, that drop sell will depend on how today closes. If H4 gives us fails to continue with bulls and fails to break this level to give us a new higher high, then by Wednesday we'll be gearing for this drop sell. Please mark my words. I don't see it continue moving and then Wednesday we are all the way up there and you start to say, Dan, you said it's not going to break that level, what? No, please always follow market structure and let's wait. For now, we are anticipating this price to fail to break that, but like I've told you, this is a short movement. Price can actually continue this slow momentum on gold and continue to reach that level. Then from there we start to anticipate the drop sell like I showed you on H4 and daily time frame. That is the move I'm looking at, either there or where we are currently. All right, enough of all this. I've talked a lot on gold. Let's now drop to Boom 1000 and we look at what is happening in the world of Boom 1000. I want to also remind you, if you don't have an account that actually trades, did I sorry, I forgot to change to switch the chart. Sorry. Let's go to Boom 1000, and then if you don't have an account with an account that you can trade these other assets, please look into the description below. You'll be able to get a link and be able to trade these other assets, the likes of Boom 1000, Boom 500, Volatility 75, Jump 10, all those assets. You can get them and trade with us the same assets if you love to. If you don't, you can as well share with us the assets that you're trading. We can also look into them to analyze them. All right, Boom 1000, start from the daily time frame. Let's go. So what happened on Boom 5000? I told you we were bullish and we were still looking for price to get to that level. We are still bullish. There's nothing like bearish. We are still bullish. Remember, I told you this was a heads and shoulder according to daily time frame, and we were still looking for price to hit the target. It hasn't hit it yet, and we are still looking for the bulls. It's still failing to break this resistance up here. It's a strong one, but I don't see it drop down again before it breaks that level to hit the target. So that's why we are still holding, waiting for price to actually break that level. So for now, let me delete all these that we had the other week. Let's first delete all that. We clear the chart. Okay, so price came and mitigated this fair value gap. Those who remember, we had that fair value gap. It was now mitigated perfectly. We should have actually been able to make an entry from there if I was around. All right, so that is enough there. Now we can drop to H4. We need buys. We need entries to get in with buys. Before I can actually continue with that scenario of looking for buys, according to H4, it's actually different. This was a break of structure right here to give us a new higher high. This is our current higher high on H4. Now price gave us that higher high, higher low here, failed to give us a new high, and look what happened. Change of character or market reversal or market structure shift. Right about there, that was a market structure shift, and now we are getting our very first lower low right here according to H4. That's weird. According to daily time frame, this is our according to daily time frame, this was a break of structure right about there to give us a higher high, and now price is looking for a higher low according to daily time frame. So this tells me this actually is good. This is good. Let me show you what is likely to happen. Now according to H4, we are likely to get another market structure shift right about here. We are likely to get another market structure shift right on this edge, right on this level right here. Price is likely to give us this, and then we get to see something like this, and we continue with the bulls. We continue with the bulls to that level. So what are we going to do? What are we going to see now? What are we going to see now? I'm gonna be patient. Why? Because according to H4, this is our lower low. I want price to do this and fail to break this level to give me a new lower low. If it fails to if it does give me that, I'm gonna be entering my buys right around here. Why am I looking for this? Because of the daily time frame. Daily time frame market structure is very clear. Daily time frame market structure is very clear. This is a break of structure right here, right there to the upside. To the upside, meaning we are bullish according to daily time frame. We are bullish. So if we see just a moment, All right, so if we see something like this, we are going to be if we see a price drop here, of course this is our higher high, that means this is our higher low according to daily time frame. So according to H4, it doesn't matter, because each daily time frame we are bullish. This is our current higher high, this is our higher low, so it means according to daily time frame we are going to look for a new higher high up there. So either way we are bullish, that's why H4 I'm gonna be anticipating. That's why I'm gonna be anticipating on H4 price to fail, because you can clearly see this is a strong. Let me just increase its breadth. Let me just probably make it bigger like that. So this current trend line there, that is a strong support trend line according to daily time frame. It's a strong one even on H4. So price is failing to break it. What are we going to see next? Price is going to fail to break it again. It's going to try to look for a new a lower high here, then it will fail to look for a new lower low down below, and then we will be getting in with our bullish momentum to take us to look for a new higher high according to daily time frame. So are we ready for the buys? That's the question, because these buys are likely to happen probably tomorrow, or today late in the evening. But as of now, I want to go to daily H1 time frame and show you that it has already started. Look at H1 has already started. Look at this is a market structure shift already. The previous hour closed that strongly according to the bulls, and giving us market structure shift right there, or a change of character, whatever you want to call it. That is our change of character right here according to H1. That is going to give you, it's gonna be moving exactly the way we've planned. This is the first confirmation that we are going to look for the bulls again according to our daily time frame. H1 is now confirming the daily time frame trend. Let's go to M15. Same as M15, clearly you can see we are bullish. We only want to wait for H4 to actually do the same thing, because H4 is likely to give us the same thing we've seen on M15 and H1, and that might be tomorrow. That might actually happen tomorrow. Why? Because we have already a lower low. It's gonna give us a lower high, then it's gonna try to look for a new lower low. It will fail, and that's when we will get in with our swing trade to push us for a new higher high according to daily time frame. Ladies and gentlemen, that's how I trade according to smart money. Remember, I told you we trade purely smart money on this channel. So if you feel like you want to keep with us and you love what you're seeing, please make it a point to hit that subscribe button. You don't know what it means. If you do that, we are still on the road to 1,000 subscribers. I don't know, our next milestone is 500 subscribers, then from there to 1,000. So help me get there by sharing the stream, by sharing the links, and of course by hitting that like button whenever we are live, and we can get there. Anyways, that's it for Boom 1000. What am I looking for today according to M15? Nah, I'm not gonna waste my time on this, because it's likely not to go beyond this level according to H1. It's likely not to go beyond this level according to H1 and M15. So that's why I may not waste my time on Boom 1000. Swingers, scalpers, yeah, you can scalp it to that, but I may look at selling it to look for this drop later, depending on what I will see in the market. But for now, it's a no-go for me. I'm not going to waste my time on it until it reaches there and starts to react around that level. Yeah, that is our Boom 1000. Let's now roll to V75 Volatility 75. All right, Volatility 75. We start from daily time frame, just like I told you. Okay. What are we seeing here? Alali, you're saying we're likely to have a fake breakout during the liquidity sweep down there, and when it does that, retest surely before it's busy aggressively, before it buys aggressively. I think that's what you meant, before it buys aggressively. Yeah. That is on Boom 1000. Yes. Of course, Boom 1000 normally does that. It knows how to do the liquidity sweeps very well, and sometimes it gets me off guard. I'm a culprit to that, but I normally enter early and it takes me out, even when it does follow the previous exact structures. So it's quite weird, but I rather buy it than sell it these days. I told you, those who have been here for quite some time, I no longer get pressured to look into selling Boom 1000, unless if it is a clean, if it is one of those setups which is an A+, then I can go for the sell. But if it is not, I don't want to risk, just like how I normally enter some risky entries on the buying option. Yeah, so I'm with you, Larry. We are going to see that, but once we do that, we're going to see some huge aggressive buy move. It's gonna be a swing to give us a new daily high according to that asset on Boom 1000. So let's now talk about thank you for the feedback. Thank you, Alali. It's nice having you here. All right, Boom V75. Wow, I didn't miss a lot actually. In the past 2 weeks that I've not been around the charts, I did not miss a lot, because the very last time we were here, we were looking for this drop. Those who were here, those who remember, this is our last analysis. I told you we're going to be looking at pullback to mitigate that level. Clearly you can see this candle actually reached this level, this candle here, and then started to drop into the sell. But since then it's been, consolidating. The market has not been that having some good momentum ever since. So I've not missed a lot. That means we are still ready to get in with this drop sell. This drop sell is a mitigation of it's actually like a liquidity sweep according to weekly time frame. Let me show you weekly time frame. It's gonna be like a liquidity sweep according to weekly time frame. Why? This is our change of character or market structure shift on the weekly time frame. We've got our higher high, our very first higher high. It's gonna drop here to give us a higher low, either right here or drop here to look for the liquidity sweep, to sweep this level right here, and then we can get in with our buys, which will be like a swing which you can hold for months if you want to. If you're not an intraday trader and you're a swing trader, this would be your perfect entry. Why? Because we have a confirmed market structure shift right about here. That means we know price is going to drop here, but it's not going to be here for so long. We will be looking at entering the buy move. Now, don't be surprised if somehow, somewhere, it reacts on this and then continues with a buy move. Sometimes it does that, but sometimes it also drops here to look for the stop losses of the early buyers, those who entered right about here. There's liquidity down below here. Sometimes it looks for that liquidity according to SMC. So you need to know that. Let's go back to daily time frame. Enough of weekly. Let's delete these. These have already served us well. We have used them already, so we don't need them. So this move is on. This move is on. Are we going to see it break this? Okay, so this is what I'm what I remember telling you, and this is what I normally tell you. Now, I cannot look at selling where we are according to daily time frame. I can only wait for my entry points. Are very simple. There are always 2 entry points on a structure like this. Around there, when it has looked for the liquidity sweep, that around that level, or below here. Those are my 2 entry levels. Those are my 2 entry levels. So what am I going to do here? Now, if it is in between those 2 levels, I have no business with it to look for any swing trade. But I can drop to H4 and look at the current market. Mr. Kera Vibes, how are you? Yeah, you get some. I don't know where you're from, but even $5 you can start trading with this broker that I'm using. You don't have to have $100 or whatever. You can start from $5 and trade. Yeah, so don't worry, just look for that and use the link in the description below. Get yourself an account and start trading using these assets. They will be able to you'll be able to trade with as smallest account as you can. Okay, so I'm still on V75. Let's go back to daily. I want to remember where I was. All right, yeah, I was telling you this is in between my 2 entry levels, one here and then one up there. So how can I trade this? Let's go to H4. All right, we are in an uptrend. Why? Because price is still looking for this kind of move to mitigate that level up there. Price hasn't mitigated it fully. So price is likely to drop back and mitigate it fully. Clearly you can see this candle here never touched it, so we are likely to see price come and mitigate that order block according to daily time frame. Once we mitigate it, we will be ready to look for sales according to that level. All right, now let's drop to H1. Can we actually enter some buys since we are still bullish to looking for that mitigation move? Can we enter? I think we can. Following the trend, we can only enter following the trend. Now we know that we are bullish according to H1. This is where we saw the market structure shift to the upside, right about here. Is it? No, I think it was here. Then right here we see price broke this resistance right about there according to H1. Price broke that. When it broke it, now we have our first higher high above that resistance. So it's gonna try to drop around here and then we get another entry. So my anticipation is just like this, and then we continue with the bulls according to H1 time frame. No liquidity left back. This order block, I don't see it as that significant according to H1. This order block here, I don't see that significant to pull price back to that level, but if it does, then we can wait. Was it mitigated? No, it was never mitigated, so maybe not. Yeah, it may actually drop back. It may drop back. Let me check on M15. Let me just get a clear glimpse of this. It may actually drop back. So I'm just gonna have this right here as my other support on M15 and M15. So price may actually drop back If it breaks this, then it will drop back here on this H1 order block, and then we can get another entry for the bulls. But for now, we are looking at this drop sell. Do you want to enter a drop sell? I don't think so. You may wait for the buy move rather than entering this drop sell. Why? Because apparently we are bullish. We are looking for the bulls to take us to mitigate this order block according to daily time frame. So looking for this drop sell is gonna be against the trend. It's gonna be against the trend, which you don't want to find yourself in. So you rather wait for the buys, probably around here if it gives us a reaction on this support on M15, or wait for a reaction on this one if it breaks this level, and then you enter your buys to bring us back to this order block, which is the daily order block. Fine, that's it. We've already have showed you that this is a very confirmed move to start to sell. In fact, let's see if we can actually look into selling. Price is below a 10 MA. Okay, it is enticing. It is enticing for my risky entry. If this candle closes below that, it is somehow enticing to actually look into entering it, but I may not actually enter it. I don't want to risk just yet. Yeah, scalpers, you can enter your sell below this. If price breaks this level again, you may look into entering your sell to this level. Scalpers, probably even intraday traders, this is a good move. This is like an hour or 2 hours after breaking that level that you can enter your sell in and have a tight stop loss after entering. So this is something that I can look into. But remember, I told you this is our TP, your first TP. If it breaks here, then you can enter another trade to come all the way to this level. But until then, remember that you'll be going against the trend. If you enter this sell, you'll be going against the trend. The current trend on H1, it's a bullish trend. Remember that. All right, perfect. Now let's go to jump 10, just like Lucy has suggested and requested, and then we look at that as our last trade. Hey Robina, I see you on the vertical stream. Remember guys, we have 2 streams concurrent. We have the horizontal stream, the normal stream, and then we also have the vertical stream for those who normally go to look for shorts and whatever. That's where you may find it. So the vertical stream is currently on also. All right, let's now talk about jump 10 as we call it a day. We are time bad. I've talked a lot today, but it was necessary. All right, so oh man, okay, that's good. Let's now talk about this, starting from the daily time frame. So those who were here the last time we were here, or those who have been with us for quite some time, you remember we had this. I told you we are likely to get our buy move from this level to take us there, and this is a move that I actually missed to get back to that level. So what can we do now? Let's just delete all these. Now let's talk about today. So this was a break of structure, giving us a lower low, lower high. Failed to break this, went ahead, but also failed to break that level. Now we are seeing price is coming back to the same weekly support. That's crazy. Let me first delete that. I don't need it now. So price is having some weird aggressive bearish move. That's weird, very weird actually. Okay, so we have our support, weekly support here, and price has gone back to it. But the previous week, you can clearly see how it closed. That was massive. That is huge. That is very huge. Wow. Okay, so that means we are still very bearish. Why do I say that? Look at where price reacted from right here. Look at that. The previous week price closed, that week closed with a rejection coming in from sellers. Then the next week you can see clearly how it started dropping massively. On the same, the moving average acted as a support, as a resistance, holding back price to break above it. That tells you we are bearish. Why are we bearish? Let me remind you of just a quick overview. You see this level here? This was our market structure shift right there according to weekly time frame. But then it gave us a break of structure right here, right there, giving us a higher high. One may say that was a fake breakout, making this a change of character, but also we can still use this level right here, and this becomes our change of character, meaning this was our higher low, higher high, then broke that previous higher low to give us a lower low right here, then lower high. Now it's looking at a massive breakout here to continue with a sell. That's why in our analysis I told you, if market dares to break this level, we are in for the sell. This is a strong weekly support. We can't just overlook it. But according to the current momentum of sellers, we are likely going to see this sell actually break this level, and this will be the next stop whilst price breaks it. So having said all this, what am I going to do? Let's now get in business of what we are likely going to do this week. Look at this. According to daily time frame, look at that. That is a market structure shift to the downside after this resistance, after mitigating this resistance level, a strong resistance level actually. Now price is on the same previous lower low level. Now that means I cannot do anything. We are still selling massively. I can only wait for a pullback, either after the breakout here, or before the breakout. But there's gonna be a pullback for us to have a perfect entry. So whatever it does here, I'm just going to be chilled. I'm not going to do anything. I'm gonna be patient with it. In fact, I need to delete this. Just now wait. I'm gonna be patient. I'm gonna be patient with this asset because we are going to swing it. We are going to swing it. According to what we have seen on the weekly time frame, we are selling it. So if we are going to sell it, that means I'm gonna wait for the breakout here. Once I wait for the breakout there, price is gonna do something like this. Some little breakout here, closes below it, and then it will try to give me a pullback just above that support, and then we get in with this kind of a sell. Now that means I will wait for price to get back below this support. That's where I will be entering from, that level. I will not enter up there. I will just wait for it when it drops again below this support, and that will be my entry. That means my stop loss will be just around here if it gives me this kind of a move. This is how I'm gonna enter this. So for now, I don't know. You can't tell me to sell. I love to trade jump 10, but I don't want to risk it when I know we are on the support of the weekly time frame, and when I know that I can actually be patient and wait for a perfect move or the kind of move where I can enter and leave the trade to run for even 5 days. That is what I'm saying. It's better to trade like that than to rush and look for a daily trade and you end up making some losses. Right about here, you can clearly see even on M15 we are still selling. This is break of structure, lower low, lower high, lower low, so it's gonna continue selling. So there's no way I'm gonna trade something like this. I'm just gonna be patient. We are literally selling, and very massively. there's no way I'm going to trade it until I have a clean pullback that I can capitalize on. Till then, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That has been today's analysis. I want to remind you, if you're here for the first time, please make it a point to hit that subscribe button. It helps us beyond what you can think, or also if you hit that like button, we treasure it right on this channel. Thank you so much for doing that. Let's now get into our recap and look at what we have analyzed today. And for those who missed, probably you can get a quick glimpse of what you can anticipate in today's market before we can close. So let's go for the recap, and we call it a day. Alright, so we started with gold. I told you gold, I'm going to be waiting for price to break this level. Once it closes below that level on M15, I'm entering that sell. Gold, this move is enough for me to make some good money on a daily. So this is enough. We are looking for this sell today. But the general structure, we'll be waiting for H4 to give us this kind of a structure. Then we enter around there, which will be our swing entry trade to swing it all the way down below here according to H4 and daily time frame. So if you missed the whole analysis on gold, make it a point to rewatch this analysis right after we are done with this recap. So our entries today, we have two possible entries: price to react back there and fails to break that level, and we get in with our sell to break this resistance level, this support level down below here. Or the perfect entry is to wait for a breakout actually down below here and enter, instead of entering right about there. That will be a kind of risky, but it will be a sniper. Here it will not be a sniper, but it will be a low risk involved right here. So depending on how you trade, those are my two ways of entering today's market. Why? Because we are looking at selling this asset. Even though we are still bullish according to H4 and what have you, we have to be patient according to H4 for this kind of move, to look for this pullback sell. This is going to be a pullback sell, and it will be a swing trade. Enough of that. We also analyzed Boom 1000. We analyzed Boom 1000, and I told you we are bullish. I'm just gonna wait for this kind of a structure according to H4, and my entry will be when price reacts back here and fails to give us another lower low. If it fails to give us another lower low, I'll be entering immediately for the bulls, and it's gonna be a swing trade to take me all the way up there. So for now, it's a no-go for me. For intraday traders, you guys can wait for the sell up here. You can wait for the sell drop up here to drop here back to the current H4 lower low. So until then, no business. We also analyzed V75. V75, we are bullish. That's the structure. That's structure, the current structure on the higher time frame. But there's an opportunity to sell this asset if it drops, if it breaks this level. If it breaks here and closes below that, you can sell it all the way to this level. There's also another opportunity if it breaks this level, because it left the liquidity on this order block. This is the H1 order block. It left that level there unmitigated. So price may drop all the way here before we get to see another move of buy. But remember, we are bullish. That's the general trend. So whatever you're doing, if you're entering sales, know that you're going against the general trend according to higher time frame, and you don't need to stick in the market for so long. If it gives you what it gives you, remember you are against the general trend, and you remember to try and manage your trade. If you dare enter a sell, because you'll be against the trend. So you need to remember to manage your trade if you enter the sell. Remember to trail your stop losses. Remember to be happy with what the market has given you, and not to just be rigid and hold the trade for so long. knowing that you are against the trend. Lastly was jump 10. Jump 10, we are bearish. That is a signal. On weekly, on daily, we are very bearish. We are very bearish. So this one, I don't want to tell you that you can trade it on as an intraday trader today. I can only tell you wait for the breakout here. Once you have the breakout here, then we can enter this pullback after giving us this. I sometimes love trading pullbacks because they are very easy to predict. So if it gives us a lower low below this weekly support, then we can anticipate this pullback move. We trade it and wait for the drop down to continue with this sell, because we know we are very bearish. Then we also enter this to swing it all the way to this other level according to weekly time frame. So remember that. That's how we will be looking at trading jump 10 at least this week. For now, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we have for today. We'll be back here tomorrow, same time, 10:30 to 11:30. Remember, if you haven't subscribed, you still have time to do so right now, so that you don't miss tomorrow's session. Let me wish you guys a good day, a lovely day, happy trading. See you. Bye bye.